As spiritual beings, we need inspiration, and we cannot discount the power of that in our lives. People have influence in our lives, and when we get around certain people that are inspiring, it has an effect on us. Hi friends, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today about the power of inspiration in your life. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut and it's so hard to get out. And when that happens, I have realized that we need inspiration to get us going again. Last week, I talked to you about being careful who you allow into your life, not allowing distractions and the wrong people into your life because they can have really negative influences on your life. I want to talk to you today about how important it is to have the right people in your life, because we need inspiration. Without inspiration, we can fall into a rut. We can get into a rut and it can be really hard to get ourselves out. And I feel like when I went on my vacation, that's what happened to me, is that I was inspired. I became inspired. And it was, fortunately for me, it was actually people in my family that inspired me. I got around my aunt and my mother, my father, and to me, they're very inspiring people because of the level of self-control that they have in their lives. And it's just something that I was like wanting to emulate. And while I was there, I got to, be around them a lot and just kind of see how they live and do things. And it really rubbed off on me. And it had such a great effect on me that it made me realize how important it is that we surround ourselves with positive influences. How do you know when you're being inspired? It's when you are being pushed to be the best version of yourself. You've met someone who's inspiring you. Someone who makes you want to be better or do better is an inspiring person. And I'm not saying like that your friends have to be perfect. People don't have to be perfect. I do believe though that you need to be careful that you surround yourself with people who genuinely love you and care about you, rather than people that are just trying to use you. That's kind of important. But aside from that, I'm not saying that, your friends have to be perfect or in any kind of way, but you do need to have inspiration that's coming from somewhere. So, in our modern world, we have the internet, YouTube. It's pretty easy, I think, for us to find inspiration because we can follow people that inspire us, and but there's really nothing like having that in person. And you can probably find inspiration just right around you if you start noticing the things that people are really good at and trying to let them inspire you. I think sometimes people, instead of being inspired, they get jealous and they get intimidated and they just sort of back off, But really, instead of doing that, just allowing yourself to find inspiration and to be like, okay, I want to be like this. I like the way this person, does this thing particularly well, and I want to be more like them. So for example, I have friends that are super disciplined in their eating choices. They work out on a regular basis. Instead of being like hating on them because of that, I need to find inspiration and let myself be inspired by that. And so that is what I really wanted to impart to you today, is the fact that you need inspiration in your life. You need to find people that inspire you to be better, to do better. And that's exactly what happened on my trip. So I went on vacation to Portugal this summer, and while I was there, it was so interesting because I could sense that there was a change happening in me. What happens is that when you get around an inspiring person, they can impart something to you. You know, it's like a blessing or something. You look at them and you think, you know, I'd like to be more like them in this area. And so you begin to emulate them, and before you know it, it's something that you've adopted. And you're going to have to work at it, obviously, at first, but they give you hope, and they give you a help to strengthen your vision of what you can be. So, for example, when you see someone who's really disciplined and you think, wow, okay, I can be like that too, and I can do the same things, that's what it is. It's like having that role model, and now you're going to model your life like that too. It doesn't mean that you're going to copy everything they do, or, you know, not be yourself or anything like that, but that you're going to develop that same type of discipline or whatever in your life. You're working towards that. And it's so important for us to find inspiration, because it's just very motivating. And so I just want to encourage you today that if you don't have inspiration in your life, look for someone who inspires you. And yes, of course, as Christians, we want to be Christ-like. We look to Jesus for inspiration. We look to God's word for inspiration. But we also want to have people in our lives that are living that out. Inspiring people make us want to do better and be better. Now, you could say traveling in itself is inspiring because it gets you out of the normal day-to-day routine, and you do something different, and that can inspire you. So whatever it is that is going to inspire you, try to find some inspiration in your life to get you motivated. And then, of course, we want to try to maintain that somehow. But I'm just saying that it is so powerful to get us going is if we just try to surround ourselves with people that are inspiring, that are motivated, that are disciplined, and that are trying to improve their life. They say that you're like the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I've heard that. And I'm not saying that, everybody has to be perfect to be around you or anything like that. I'm just saying that there needs to be some kind of inspiration from somewhere, and that is so motivating. And to keep that going is really powerful, and it's key. So be mindful of the kind of people you have around you, the kind of influences they have on you, and try to make sure you have enough inspiration in your life and support that you are able to be the best version of yourself. Look for people of character to make friends with, to be friends with, people who you look up to in some kind of way. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful. I hope you're giving it more thought as to who you're surrounding yourself with and how they affect your life. Not that you should just be, pushed about by people. You do have to be your own person and stand for yourself. But knowing that we are highly affected and influenced by people's energy and stuff. There are very motivating people, and then there's some that just kind of drag you down. And so I hope you'll be surrounded by good energy that motivates you and helps you be your best. Until next time, thanks for watching.